when I can actually see it right here. We are starting with Terry. What can they see right now? Are they seeing left screen?
Yeah, they only see it.
Okay. So right now we got Terry versus Min Min. Now this matchup, it's probably a little hard for Terry because Terry doesn't have an amazing projectile. He needs to jump in against a character like Min Min. And Min Min is just the master of keeping people out of her range. And if you jump, she will punish you with Ram Ram. I think Min Min, there's been a lot of talk about whether Min Min is, actually a top tier. I think Min Min's a top tier. I just think there's not been a huge pool of characters that really have brought out her potential in that instance, though. So right now we're already getting an early stock coming out of Terry with only 15% on Min Min. And this is kind of, a common trait where if you're not terribly familiar with this Min Min matchup, things will snowball super well. And Terry is going to have an especially hard time too with his recovery because he does not snap to ledge on any of his recovery moves. So Min Min, when you throw out that projectile, she's going to knock you right back off stage. Terry's leg is going to be very exposed if you're not going the ultimate way down when you recover. And Min Min has a tether. She can recover incredibly safely a lot of times, as long as she's close enough to the stage. Tethers are generally free in this game, unless you have like a long-lasting hitbox that can kind of keep it out. But we're still seeing this kind of snowball a little bit. Crimson is starting to understand he can't really jump in as hard, but you can mix up your approaches like with something like Power Dunk. You just have to be careful, because if you get jumped, you are going to get anti-aired by Ram Ram. I like that shield interaction right there, but I probably would have gone for a grab instead of jab in that case. Oh, and then, we're going to punish that landing with Megawatt. Megawatt is such a strong kill move, especially for punishing landings, because again, in this game, when you land on the ground, there's a certain amount of frames that you are dedicated to that landing position. So punishing landings is incredibly strong in Ultimate, and I don't think he has his jump. Yeah. Really nice recovery, timing it well in between the two arms. Going to Power Dunk, and it is going to take first stock coming out of Min Min for post. Jab Jab Power Dunk is a very strong confirm. It can, it's his primary punish tool in a lot of ways, Jab Jab Power Dunk, but you can SDI out of it, and it can stale over time if you use it a lot. So it might not be the most effective kill move unless they're at a very high percent, or you're doing it on an offstage interaction. And here we have Terry at 110. We have Go Meter, burning the jump early on. Able to get back to stage, though. Let's see if Crimson can get off either a Buster Wolf or a Power Geyser to kind of get this stock going. Using the jump to... missing ledge. And that's a problem. Terry, again, as I said before, Terry's ledge options do not clink with ledge. He doesn't auto grab. So if he does side B to get to ledge, he will go right below the stage. He will glide right below it. So you need to be very careful. Or if you do like an air dodge early, he'll just glide right under it like the rest of the cast. So you have to be very careful in those interactions. So that's going to put post down to 6 stocks, and Stockton, he only took 1 stock, down to 8.
So we're going to do the stock.
So now there's going to have to be some sort of switch up for post, and it looks like they're going to be sending in Kenny with Snake. I think this is probably Post's best bet, because Snake has some mobility options with like B reverses and whatnot, and he's able to zone by throwing grenade. The primary problem here is that I assume Min Min can clank with grenade using Ram Ram and things like Dragon, especially with laser. So keeping the grenades out might be relatively simple for her. But if Kenny can be very mobile and stay away and throw the grenades in when he can, this is probably a decent opportunity to kind of rack up the stocks. And if Min Min can't, dedicate an arm to killing Snake, Snake can live a long time. He's a very heavy character in this game. So if Min Min's unable to take these stocks, it can snowball a little bit. But also the problem is, Snake typically to get stocks from Snake, he has to commit or get an offstage interaction. So usually he needs to get like some sort of up air or a back air or an up tilt, which are all close range options. But if he gets Min Min off stage, he can use Nikita to kind of counteract that as well. But can Kenny get Min Min off stage? That's the question. Kenny's already at 71%, 53. Going for the F smash. Kenny is kind of the master F smasher when it comes to post. He gets these random F smashes so well. But Kenny's keeping it relatively even right now, though, again, reflecting the grenade from up smash. Really crazy interaction, not taking any damage from that. We're going to see a grab. Oh, but the grab is not going to come out in time. Going for the high recovery. Now, when Snake recovers high, he does need to watch out for Min Min's up B. Min Min's up B, when she is airborne, is a little different, where it will actually be a hitbox. So we might see a jump here going for up B. Yep, not able to get the connection, though. Kenny is in a disadvantaged state. off stage. He's having a tough time. He needs to get back to stage and gain a little bit more stage control. Opting for a switch to the low recovery. Really like to see it out of Kenny. And here's the problem, because now Kenny needs to figure out a way to get this stock, and it's either he needs to get Min Min off stage for a C4, for a C4 or 2, or Nikita, or get in for the up tilt. And Min Min is not going to let him get in for that up tilt. So another stock down for Kenny right now. Min Min player for post is on a tear right now. 121, making a lot of value out of the stock. High recovery, going for some of these strings on the platform for a little bit of extensions. And here's another problem. When Kenny pulls grenade, if he gets clanked, he drops the grenade. He needs to leave the area in which he just dropped the grenade or pick it up again, which is more time dedicated for Snake to be in disadvantage. It's tough because you need to approach Min Min from this awkward, bit more than 45-degree angle. It's like if you go from the 45, you might get kind of sniped by Ram Ram. But if you're kind of like at that 30%, you can there's a blind spot that you can kind of approach from on Min Min. Kenny at 97%, unable to find this stock on Min Min. Going for the up tilt is going to sneak in a down smash to punish that spot dodge. Really good stuff coming out of Kenny. But now Min Min's at, I was going to say 0%, but quick, almost 60% coming out of Kenny. Really great at racking up damage. Not able to get the punish with up smash on the platform. Really strong, up smash from Min Min is a really strong punish tool for people trying to wait on platform. It can cover that option. Air dodging in to get into that interaction, but is going to get punished by the up smash out of shield. Can Kenny snag this lax stock coming out of Min Min? Weak hit of up tilt is going to send her up, but not enough to kill, of course. Weak hits are not going to be that strong. Going for the raw Nikita in neutral. It was actually a really decent choice. Got Min Min at a disadvantage for a second. Not able to get enough space for that tech chase. Dash attack going to punish Min Min off stage. This is time for Nikita. Not able to get Nikita on time. Back throw is going to charge up laser on Dragon. Able to avoid that with jump. Down smash sending Snake right back off stage. Low recovery. Generally, lower recoveries with Snake are going to be a lot safer because he has a lot of what we call... he has a tough time getting to the ground sometimes if he recovers high, if he's not using a lot of his B reverses and whatnot. Down smash is going to send Min Min in the opposite direction, and Kenny is going to take the stock. Putting post down to 4, and Stockton. So used to Brockton, man. Stockton down to 6. Now, Snake as a character is a very snowball-y kind of character, where if you're not able to kill him because he weaves in and out with grenades, he's able to take Snake values trade is what I'm trying to say. If you're swinging at Snake, he is going to really depend on the idea that you're going to take damage with him because of grenade pop. A little bit of discussion about a fan. The big old fan. So Snake coming from a disadvantage is not the worst thing ever, because if you're down in stocks, Snake can make use of that high percent. He likes to live a long time. He likes to get trades. So he's generally fine sometimes playing from behind. In this case, Kenny might be able to make a lot of worth off stocks to make up this difference, especially if they send in a character that needs to interact with Snake somehow, to interact with Grenade. Now, one of the primary, I talk about these stage arguments I have with post sometimes. Snake as a character, in my opinion, really benefits from like stages like Pokemon Stadium 2. Something where they have a platform where they can kind of place their projectiles on to negate the most amount of area, because Snake's projectiles explode in a sphere, they explode in a circle. So stages like Final Destination are not going to make the full use of his projectiles in some way, because you're literally cutting his area of influence in half in a vertical sense. Plus, Snake doesn't like getting grabbed. If he's more prone to the ground, he gets grabbed, he gets thrown at disadvantage. Snake is a slower character on the ground. He can cross up with things like dash attack, but if he's in shield a lot, which tends to happen if he's on FD, he can get punished. Kenny, however, throws all of that advice out the window, and you usually find him in FD. He loves FD, and he makes a lot of work out of it. So if I'm personally Kenny right now, I'd be banning things like FD, I'd be banning things like Town and City, Kalos, things of that sort. Things more flat-oriented stage. Go for something with a dual plat. Tri-plat can really work against a lot of characters too. I assume we're going to see FD again. Kenny loves FD too much. Especially in that min-min setup, I probably would not. I was glad to see Kenny went to Pokemon Stadium, not Pokemon Stadium 2, to Small Battlefield for that matchup against Min-Min. It was very nice to see. You might want to switch back. I don't know if they started. Yeah, they started. So, We're going to get, right now, the suicides coming out of Kenny. Of course, because of this crew battle, he needs to suicide his stocks away. And against Incineroar, now this might be a little bit of a problem for Kenny in some ways. Now, it will be beneficial for Kenny because Incineroar is a very slow character. He doesn't have good airspeed. Oh, Kenny going for the low. He was trying to end this early. He's out for murder right now. But the problem, and I actually like to see this, what Kenny needs to do in this matchup is me moving a lot, because Incineroar is then going to have to move a lot himself to try and catch Kenny. But if Kenny is staying on the ground, like he is right now a little bit, he's going to get caught in a lot of these grappling interactions, because Incineroar is an incredibly strong command grab character. If you are close to him, he's going to try and command grab you, and Snake as a character does not like being command grabbed. He really does not. So Kenny needs to be kind of on platforms a little bit more. Really nice grenade. So, we want to see more of those interactions where Kenny punishes out of grenade when Incineroar attempts to, punish him. Right now, Kenny seems to be playing the zone pretty decently, going for the Nikita. We are going to get the revenge on Incineroar, though. Not able to punish the landing because Kenny air dodged to the right, down tilt into up air. Going down air right on the grenade. Really even stocks. Can Kenny sneak out this stock right now, or is Incineroar going to get the grapple? Because right now, Kenny's pretty close to death percent on the side B, and Kenny is going to sneak it out with an up tilt on Incineroar. Ooh, quick percent, but getting revenge out of grenade. Wow, that was crazy. Up air almost killing. Revenge is going to increase your knockback quite a decent amount. Up air might be a little stale now. It's not going to get the kill on Kenny. 168. Snake's a big boy. Not able to get the punish out. I thought we were going to see a back air coming out of Snake from that grenade. Down air is going to go for a tech situation. Up throw is going to take it. Yep, up throw will take it on Incineroar. Putting post down to their last 3 stocks. But what's very important is that at least Kenny was able to get 1 stock coming out of Incineroar, putting at still keeping the 2 stock deficit instead of a 3 stock deficit. So, now, Incineroar, as a character, again, isn't the most mobile character. He generally likes working on smaller stages. The less distance he has to go, generally, the better off that he is. So, Incineroar is probably going to, ban stages that are a bit wider. Probably ban stages like Yoshi's Story that are like really tall vertically, not able to get to certain platforms. Maybe ban Battlefield. I assume Incineroar is going to really want to get into stages like Smashville, Hollow Bastion, things of that sort. He generally likes that single platform that he can jump and side B you on and punish you for kind of staying up there for a little too long, and it's less area for him to be mobile in. But at the same time, if he goes small battlefield and Post decides to send in a zoning character, he can get punished a decent amount because zoning characters can actually hide underneath that small battlefield platform and it's be very, detrimental to them. But we are going to get Bowser, and Bowser as a character is very much like Incineroar in some ways, where they need to, they're big, heavy characters. They like to interact directly with their opponent, and they both have command grabs. But Bowser is going to be the more mobile of the 2 characters, higher potential for getting around on these platforms. Both have very quick fairs out of shield that can be punishing. Going for the shield break, but not quite going to get it on that platform. That's still going to send Incineroar into disadvantage. Jumping out of the tech situation. Great's putting Incineroar at disadvantage. Not going for the grab. I thought he was going to go for side B to get that punish. Fair's going to punish Dark Lariat. Wow, that was risky spot dodging that up B. It's going to work out for him now. Incineroar at 133, Bowser at 64. Bowser's a big boy. He's going to be living a long time. And so is Incineroar, 133. Oh, spot dodge is going to go right through side B. Going to punish the Darkest Layer. Back air, incredibly strong move. Going to put Bowser right back off stage. Low recovery. Reading the jump from Incineroar and punishing with side B. Really cheeky interaction. Up tilt is going to take it. Up tilt is such a strong move on Bowser. I love that move. Putting Incineroar down to the last stock. Side B, I think that's going to take it. Yep. Yeah, no DI is going to survive from that. Putting Post down to the last 2 stocks. Going for the up tilt anti-airs, but Incineroar is going to jump out of advantage for that. Up throw into fair, or is up air? Going for up air. Down throw into grab into fair. Nice cheeky percent, 71%. This is kind of a bad situation for Great right now. He wants to hold on to the stock as long as possible. He needs to, oh, revenge. Going for the up throw variant, kind of checking, getting a kind of a DI check there. If he DI'd it in, thinking it was going to go the opposite way, that might have killed a little early, especially with revenge. Oh, that might take stock right here. Yep, and that's going to put Post down to their last stock for this round, potentially. Oh, down air. Not able to get the punish with the 2-frame. Up the out of shield is going to punish that. Jab, jab. Trying to punish these landings, but Incineroar keeps jumping out. Really cognizant about where they're landing. Back air, not quite strong enough to get the kill. We might see a low recovery. Oh! Missed spacing the side B punish. Really unfortunate. And that's going to send Bowser right back off stage. Down tilt, a ledge is going to 2-frame. Into the up smash. That is going to take it. Putting Stockton up 1-0 against Post. And so now we start at the very top of the order. Stocks are refreshed 9-9. Stockton in lead. Now, Post has a few things to consider. Do they switch the lineup a little bit? Or do they keep Terry out first? Because we saw Terry at the start of this. Again, I do think Terry is a very strong starting character. But if you want to kind of snowball things in a certain way, you can switch it out. Maybe replace Terry with Bowser as your starting. Because Bowser is, in his own right, an incredibly, for heavy, he's a very fast character. He can do a lot and live a long time as well. He has some characteristics that are, because of his weight and his damage output, he can have some similarities to like Terry of being that like really heavy front hitter with his mobility. But again, we're only going to be getting this top half of the stage list, where we have Battlefield, FD, Town and City, Pokemon Stadium 2, and Smashville. So, if Battlefield is open, I should probably ask Denny. Denny, do they do player picks first or stage bans first off the start? Like for the order of people they send in versus stage bans, which goes first?
It should be person first.
Person first?
Stage bands.
Okay.
Technically. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, if now that you lock yourself in with person pick, in this kind of order, you do your player order first, and then you do stage bans. That locks in a lot of potential. Because if it was the other way around, you could pick your character and your player based on the stage that you go to. But you can't do that in this situation. You're playing your character, you're sending in your person, then you need to do your stage bans based on that. You cannot adapt in the moment. So honestly, it's probably better off, because then there would be a lot of stalling on stage bans and a lot of disputes on who would span first and whatnot. So I appreciate that a lot. So if we're going to be seeing Bowser first, then we more than likely are going to see, Battlefield open. And we are sending Bowser in first. Oh, geez, I was right. Well, we're getting the rematch right off the bat, man. I love it. I love it. I love it. We're going to get this callback right now. Now, again, Bowser's going to generally have the advantage in this matchup because he's a bit more mobile. He can get around places a bit faster than Incineroar can. Are we going to get side B right here? Yep, we are. Not going for the landing punish, but going for the whiff punish. Up smash, not able to connect through that platform. I'm actually very surprised. And here's the problem as well. Whichever character is above the other, that's the character that's going to have a really tough time, because Incineroar has a very strong up air, so does Bowser. It's going to be juggling is going to be very difficult for that character in disadvantage, kind of getting out of these situations. And we're seeing that right now with Great. He's having a really tough time getting out of these up air strings. Low recovery, but we might see a down tilt. Yep, not able to get the 2-frame. Back air is going to send Incineroar off stage. Are we going to see Flame Breath right here to punish the recovery? Nope. Trying to anti-air with back air. Stall and fall is going to get the punish. I like the contesting of the high recovery and going to punish that landing with the up B.
That's not Stockton's logo. Swap it for me.
Okay. Switching that up. Bowser at 176, making a lot of benefit off of this stock, because at this point it doesn't really matter what percent you're at. Either character's going to die really soon. The DI, I think, was a little suspect on that side B, but Post is going to take the first stock on Incineroar. Back air is going to take the Bowser stock too. So now we're even again, 2-on-2, 0-0. We're just playing a 2-stock game right now. Up B is not going to get punished. Spot dodge is going to get out of the way. Side B, though, from those strings is going to send Bowser right back off stage. Might see a down air? No. Up B out of shield is going to be actually a very strong tool for Bowser in this matchup because Incineroar doesn't have like a ton of disjoints. He can space his moves, but Bowser's up B out of shield is going to be a very strong tool. I probably want to see Great use it a little bit more in this matchup, to be honest. These characters are just slugging each other. This is such an even match right now. Oh, not able to punish the S-Smash. Well, kind of doing it a little late. DI is a little suspect again. Going to catch the jump with up air. That is such a clutch maneuver coming out of Great right now. Getting the relatively early stock considering how heavy these characters are. And honestly, that up air might be a little stale on Incineroar right now. Not able to kind of snag this kill. Oh, spot dodge. Back hit of Dark Lariat is going to take it. But again, oh my god, putting these characters back down to 0 together again. Quick little string now, gonna put each character at 50. Oh, the small sides on Town and City might be really beneficial for Incineroar in this situation. Dark Lariat is not able to get punished. Remember, there's 3 hits. I think Great tried to parry the last hit of that, but not able to get the timing right. Fading in and out. Up smash. Oh, up air. Still not going to be able to get the kill. Great is in a really tough position at 136. Incineroar only at 55. Now at 83. In disadvantage, though, that can be a punish. Oh, that was so crazy. Okay, so that was a regrab situation. So if you grab ledge twice, you lose your invincibility frames, and you can get punished super fast. And Bowser is super good at punishing that. But the up B on Incineroar hit Bowser away from ledge, and that was really scary because then that's a free get up for Incineroar. He can get back to stage super easy at that point. But then Bowser. Great, just charge the S-Smash just slightly and is able to get the punish right from that S-Smash, sealing the stock. Putting Post down to 7 and Stockton down to 6. Now this is key. This is very key for Post especially. Bowser's a heavy character. Live a long time. You can make worth of those stocks. And this is the benefit Post brings to a lot of these things. They play with heavier characters. They can, when they are kind of ahead, they can be ahead even more in that regard. They don't have to worry so much about, oh, I'm getting hit out of disadvantage this many times. Sometimes they're playing a heavy character and you're like, I don't care, I'm going to get hit, but I'm going to live forever because I'm that heavy. And Bowser being the heaviest character in the game, there's the most worth there. So you have to be kind of careful when you're making this next pick. Do you send out a combo heavy character that can really put Bowser in disadvantage, but maybe can also die a little earlier because they might be a little lighter? We will see. Because again, Stockton at 6, Post at 7. And if Post wins this next round, then we get another round of this for this match. Like, geez. Now, I'm assuming that we are probably going to, when it comes to the bans, oh, I got confused because I saw Ghost's tag for a second right there. I was like, oh, we're sending Ghost in now against his own teammate. But we're probably going to be seeing things open like Battlefield. But I do know as well, Great's comfort picks to some extent. I know he really likes Town and City. He very much likes Town and City. We kind of saw that just now. It's he likes the Animal Crossing stages a lot. So we see a lot of Smashville, Town and City. Those are his comfort picks, but I would also advise in this situation, leave open Battlefield. It gives Bowser more opportunity to kind of weave in and out on platforms a little bit. Unless you think they're going to be sending in a projectile character of some sort, then it could be a little suspect, especially Pac-Man. If you fight against a Pac-Man, you can hide underneath one of those side platforms with Hydrant, and then, or Steve, build the wall right there, and then they are unable to get in on Steve. So you have to be careful in those picks, but generally Battlefield is a strong stage for Bowser because he can kind of weave in and out on those platforms and then use side B up to the top platform. But we are going to be seeing Sonic. This is going to be a very tough matchup for Bowser. Sonic is the fastest character in the game and can really frustrate players. A lot of Sonic players really rely on, stalling interactions where they get a stock lead and then back away, wait for you to make a faulty move and then punish you for it. Sonic is probably the strongest punish character in the game. Not because he has to punish you a ton, but because he only needs to punish you once or twice, and then he doesn't really need to punish you again for a long time. Like, he'll punish you whenever you do make that mistake and you decide that you're getting frustrated with his speed. And Bowser is a character, he's surprisingly mobile, but we're going to get the punish. Up B, and not able to get to ledge. The jump, that's the problem, especially when you're with Bowser. If you jump early off stage, Sonic can go right off stage and punish you for burning your jump. And then you got to up B super early to get back to stage. In that interaction, we just saw the punish on the jump. Sonic, went for that punish. Bowser was way too far off at that percent and able to get the early kill on. Now, Sonic as a character likes wide stages. He very much likes wide stages because he likes to hug that side bit and he wants you to come chase him. He wants you to make that move against him. So then, you know, you try to traverse this entirely wide stage where Sonic can just spin dash right through your shield and go right to the other side. Sonic makes a lot of use of these wider stages to his benefit. So you might, if you're a character that really relies on mobility to kind of get to him, you might want to try and bring him to something like, you know, Smashville. Oh, sorry, Smashville, something smaller than that. Well, that stuff as well, right? Because Sonic Spin Dash then on a smaller stage can pretty much go the full length and instantly of the stage. Whereas, you know, a longer stage, he needs to commit to a longer, but at that point, you might as well just bring him to a smaller stage, man. He's already spin dashing away from you. Try if you can to get him there. But maybe bring him to a flat stage, depending on your character, because if you play a zoner, Sonic then doesn't have platforms to kind of spin dash up to. So it leaves more room to punish landings in certain situations. If I was post, and knowing their lineups and knowing their players... You gotta switch over, dude.
They're in the next match.
Wait.
Switch over.
Oh, no, it already is.
That's frozen. Switch over.
Oh, it's frozen?
Oh.
Oh, oh, geez. Okay, so we're already in it with Terry. Wasn't? Oh, yeah, it was even 6-6. So now we have Terry. Stock already taken, putting post down to their last 5. Terry is actually not a bad pick in this situation, I would say, because Terry can get a lot of punishes himself, especially with these turnaround items, and Sonic really likes to kind of play on your shield a little bit, especially with some of his aerials or spin dash. So Terry can get some of those punishes a little bit more conveniently than other characters can. But we already saw the early stock coming out from Crimson right now, already in disadvantage. And this is kind of the problem because Sonic can kind of play his own game at this point, especially if he's in the lead. Sonic right now, though, is being a little bit more aggressive, I would say. Punishing a lot of these landings, really cognizant of the power dunk on that landing. And here's Sonic, he can kind of stall in this up area, doesn't really need to rely on, you know, interacting directly. Can kind of play the range a little bit and wait for Terry to make that faulty move. Sometimes the best tool against Sonic is not swinging at all. Sometimes it's a matter of going in as slowly as you can to get him cornered, and then hopefully he doesn't spin dash through your shield. Hopefully he doesn't make that choice. Fair on shield is going to get punished with Nair by Sonic. Jump is burned. Not able to get the punish. F-tilt. And yeah, not doing a low enough recovery with Terry, and that is going to be a 3-stock. Down angled F-tilt is going to be super strong against Terry.
I fixed it.
Okay, good. We lost a little bit of that match because you guys can't see it on stream. There's a TV right behind me, and it was frozen, so we thought they were still going through stage bans. So now, Post is down 3 stocks. Let's see what they can do to counteract that. So that really leaves Kenny though in this situation, unless they do a switch out. I guess we'll see though. No, we are gonna see Kenny. So Snake, it's kind of tough. I feel like Snake is a decent choice against Sonic because he can still punish with grenade, especially out of shield. But Sonic is so fast, and Sonic is so good at grabbing, and you know, you can punish spin dash, but then can the Sonic adapt and run in on you and grab? Again, Snake does not even grab. And we're kind of seeing that already. Kenny's playing in shield a little bit already, and we are going to see a lot of these grabs. Going to punish the landing with a grab. And Kenny then has to get out of disadvantage. And we're going to see shield. We'll cross up on shield. That time we saw spin dash. Right now, Sonic is playing the ground area a little bit, and it's very smart because he really wants Snake to stay planted as much as he can. If I was Kenny, I would be probably playing platform a lot more, trying to get grenades on platform to kind of force Sonic to jump into that interaction. Plant as many grenades as you can. Sonic is going to grab grenades in a lot of interactions, especially with fair. Dash attack, it is going to get punished, especially from that spot dodge. Going to cross up on shield. If you do shield spin dash, I actually like that Kenny is staying in shield. He could probably mix in trying to air dodge it once in a while. Oh, sorry, not air dodge it, spot dodge it. It's risky, though, if you do that, because that can get punished, too, if he decides to homing attack you to punish that. C4 on the side of the stage. I will say, planting C4 on the edge of the stage in this case is probably the smartest move coming out of Snake, able to prevent Sonic from being so far away. Whereas Snake most of the time likes... Oh, going for the offstage back air. That is going to be a real cheeky stock coming right off a post. Going for the sticky, and the sticky is there. Oh, no, no! I saw it get... Oh my god, I saw the C4 get stuck on Kenny. That's very unfortunate, because if two characters touch, the C4 stick will trade between the two. Very unfortunate interaction. Going for the grenade interactions a bit more. Trying to punish with the up tilt. Not able to do so. Up throw is not going to interact with that back air. But that back air is going to connect off stage, putting Kenny in a really tough position, because Snake's recovery is very telegraphed. Ooh, I actually, instead of going for the air dodge, I really like the C4 recovery. Very smart. Weak hit back air is not going to interact well with against shield. Got the parry, not able to get the punish though. Dash not going to send Sonic off. Going for the up smash. Oh, I didn't even realize he pulled a grenade there. Fair. Not able to get the punish, not able to get the back air on Sonic. That spot dodge is going to get punished. Sonic F Smash is one of the strongest. Well, it's not strong. It's incredibly versatile, is what I'm saying. F Smash is such a strong move on Sonic. It does so much utility because it goes so far. F tilt going to take the stock on Sonic, putting Kenny at the last stock. But can Kenny procure these last two stocks versus Sonic? That's a very tough call. Sonic is so quick and wriggly. It's sometimes very hard to kind of get that punish in and get those stocks clean out. Reverse down air. Going for these up airs. I think he dropped C4 there. I thought I saw it quick. I'm probably wrong though. Neutral air dodge back to stage. Really strong tool. And right now we're not seeing Sonic do like a ton of interaction in the sense of like this Sonic is very strong at playing the range, playing that more mid-range right now. So where Kenny feels suffocated, where none of his moves are going to connect, and that angled F smash is going to take the final stock for post. Stockton is going to take round one. It's going to take the game on post. So what we saw there is that this Sonic did not choose to play the long-distance game that a lot of Sonics will up to do. This Sonic was a lot more of a mid-range Sonic. And what I mean by that is certain characters that you fight against have an area of influence. When it comes to Snake, his area of influence is going to be, where he can hit with back air,